here on the Before the Bell podcast. This is the baddest podcast out there. And let me tell you something, Chico. There's a lot of other wrestling podcasts out there, but they ain't got what we got, and that's machismo. So who you're talking to right now is the bad guy, Martin Moreau. I'm here with my co-host, the sad guy, Jay Washington, and the mad guy, CT. I'll let them introduce themselves in a minute, but tonight we got a very special guest, Chico. You've seen him on Jeff Dyer's Friendships podcast, as well as the
Everybody's got a price.
I got the okay. We'll take.
Nope, we're not taking it back.
There's no second takes. Okay. As well as the Everybody's Got a Price podcast with Jeff Dye. He's a national touring headliner. You've seen him on TV as well. Jeff Dye.
Yeah.
I love
Every
it.
week.
Hey, I love it.
Here's my issue.
Dude, you're the best.
Thank you, Chico.
Why is Razor sweating like a hostage right now?
Hey,
got
Miami
shorts
is
and a
hot,
hoodie.
baby.
Yeah, I'm
He
wearing
got,
a
he
hoodie.
got shorts and a hoodie and 19 chains.
Hey, man.
It's hot in Miami, dude. They sweat there.
The spinning chain.
Spinner
gosh,
chain.
that's-
Oh.
Yeah.
You know what? As a matter of fact, man, we have to give you a round of applause.
Yeah.
You are our first guest.
Yes,
You
you
I'm-
are.
and
Before the bell.
we
first
should
guest.
acknowledge that I was like, hey, let me be on the play. It was I like you guys so much. I was like, when am I coming on? I've never done that with any other podcast.
Here's the thing, though, and we will all tell you, we get a lot of those texts.
I bet.
And
Yeah.
you're
Nods.
the only
Yeah.
yes.
I'm literally doing
Boy,
Joe
that's
Rogan in like this week on Thursday, the Joe Rogan podcast.
Yeah.
I didn't ask to even be on that. I've never once been like, let me be on your podcast. And I don't do the bullshit like when we're hanging at the Improv and you see someone like, how come you never had me on? I don't do any of that.
I hate
I
that.
don't do those moves. I've had those happen to me a bunch, whatever. But like, I was like, my favorite people are talking about wrestling in a fun way. Like, let's do this, you know? So I asked, and thanks for letting me be on.
Man, of course, man.
Also,
of
that's my
course.
favorite wrestler of all time that you're dressed up as.
Oh, that is
I don't know
the
if that was a
best.
coincidence, but I'm a big Razor guy.
He's who got me into wrestling. Like
Really?
I saw his entrance and it looked so cool. This was back in like 95, 96, right before he jumped. But I saw his entrance. I was like, this is the coolest thing ever. And then I was hooked.
He also had the best look
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
his build, he wasn't like a big stiff giant,
Mhm.
Nope.
and he wasn't like a high flyer little guy. He was like 6'7", right?
Big.
6'6".
Okay.
Around there.
But that's
5'6",
big. But
yeah.
it's not like the huge or the small or the
Right.
average.
Yeah.
And then the hair and the muscle. It was just like he had a perfect look for that 90s. in my
Imagine
opinion.
my shock when I found out
6'7".
he was a white man.
That's what I was just about
Yeah.
to bring up, bro. We
What?
Yeah.
we all saw the Razor gimmick. We was like, this is a Cuban dude.
Yeah.
Right? It's a Cuban dude in the hood in
He
Miami.
was in the
Yeah.
hood.
He was in the hood.
He
That
went
is-
to the hood.
On the porch.
Yes.
With
Yeah.
the kids.
Kicking it.
Yeah,
Kicking
he was
it.
out there, bro.
Shame on Scott Hawley and Vince McMahon for doing that. Just fooling us, you know?
Yo,
You can't
I-
pretend to be a race. What
Let
are
me
you,
tell you
Carlos
something.
Mencia?
Vince has done that so, Lord Jesus. We'd have kicking it off already.
Oh yeah, we go there.
That's a tradition of wrestling, though.
That's what I'm
we
just
had
bringing up.
Wahoo
It is.
McDaniel. Like
A
there's so
sad
many.
tradition.
Right.
Yeah.
Muhammad Hassan.
Muhammad Hassan was an Italian
is an
dude.
Italian dude.
Yokozuna
It's Samoan.
is Samoan,
Yeah.
bro.
That's the biggest one. Yokozuna never even been to Japan, and he's waving a Japanese flag dressed
With
as a
Mr.
sumo wrestler.
Fuji as his manager.
Yo.
Hey, how about Akeem being a black guy?
Facts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
One man gangs, just like I'm black now. You can't do that.
No,
He
the
was like, hey,
African
bro, we
dream.
don't get to do that. No, then I got the twins out. The twins is me and my brother, the big boss
Yeah.
man. Like,
This is
this
great.
don't work
Yeah,
right now.
Vince
No.
is-
A
yeah.
black dude and a cop.
This don't work at all. Like,
Yeah.
Here's the funny thing. Let me.
Vince is like, get out there and do it. You're like,
Let me
Shuck
do
and
it
jive.
I have some reservations about this. Do you want to be fired?
Jay
Shuck and jive
Washington.
for superstars.
Jay Washington. Something happened at the beginning of the show that we need to address. Did you see the slick diss that Martin hit us with?
Yeah, you saw real
The
quick.
sad guy, Jay Washington, and the mad guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I saw it.
Woo.
I heard it.
Woo.
Talking about, man. I don't
Yeah.
know what you mean.
Yeah, explain yourself,
We're
Razor.
gonna talk.
We're gonna have
We gonna have a conversation.
Did you just run out of short words that ended with ad?
Well, I mean, what are the other ad guy? That would
Yeah.
The cat guy. That'd
Yeah.
be weird.
Fat guy.
See that would then I would have really had to talk to them.
If
you
you're
know?
going to commit to being the bad guy.
I don't really have to
Yeah.
talk to
If you're going to commit to being the bad guy, you got to go there, dude.
Gotta go.
But wait, then he said, I really had to talk to him. You know, I don't want to have a conversation with them later about that. You know what I'm saying?
Here's
They see
the
me after
thing.
show.
While we discuss this, man, this is my favorite episode so far, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because we are covering something that happened last night,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
and that is the Royal Rumble 2024.
Shouts out to all the new t-shirts that hit WWEshop.com.
Man.
Immediately.
Yeah.
He was wearing the shirt at the press conference. You're like, hey man, at least make me think it's made up.
It's like, no. I told we were all together watching it, me, CT, and Martin.
Yep.
And I was like, so we saw the shirts. I was like, as soon as that match was over, they told everybody at the merchandise booths, pull the boxes out.
Pull the boxes out.
Pull the boxes out. Go on, let them up, because you know them boys sold out like that.
It was a man with a screen print machine.
in the back just sweating.
Get him up.
Wait, it's like the Super Bowl shirts?
Yeah.
What do you think they just make 30 of each person? Just like,
each.
all right,
No,
just
but
in case
That's the
Xylee's the
beauty of
one this year.
wrestling. That's the beauty of wrestling.
That is the beauty. Yeah.
This could be the year of Xylee. All right, we have 1,000. They have to ship them off to Africa afterwards.
Bunch of little African boys in the elite t-shirt.
They had 5 R-Troops, but they was like, should we keep
that'd be
making
amazing.
more?
Because they were like, if we sell these for real,
Yo.
people gonna buy these joints.
R-Truth is my favorite return so far, bro.
Don't you think it'd be great if they did do that? So when you walk into the Tropicana field and you know you're at the Rumble and we buy everything.
Yeah.
I can't speak for you guys, but dude, look at me. Look what I'm all, you know, you go to the thing, you're like, oh, it's such impulse buy.
Yeah.
So if they had every wrestler from the women's with just the picture of them and then the Royal Rumble 2024 and every men's, and you could buy,
That'd be
Dude,
fire.
it's to be like, yeah, wait, you bought the X-Pac Royal Rumble, you know, like that'd be
Bought
amazing.
the Santos Escobar Royal
Yeah.
Rumble
I'm
shirt.
buying it, bro.
Wait, when did you get a picture of Maxine pointing at the WrestleMania?
Yes, yeah,
Got my Indy Hartwell, baby.
Yeah.
because we love obscure stuff like that. We would try
Absolutely.
to find the R-Truth
Yeah.
Royal Rumble one. That'd be such a good
Here's the
idea.
thing.
Yeah.
If you do that,
eBay
though,
would go crazy.
you would have to have an R-Truth women's and men's.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
Because let's talk about
So
that real
funny.
quick. Him coming out in Valhalla's spot.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then walking past her looking like, what you doing here?
Yeah.
And going in,
Yep.
having the whole spot, getting immediately eliminated, and then Adam Pearce
Say
like,
it. Say it. Say it. Say it.
You say it.
He said, you mean to tell me all them was women, dog?
Give me that all them was women, y'all like.
Bro.
He's the best wrestler.
He's the
He's so good.
hottest right now,
Yeah.
bro. That was the greatest moment of the Royal Rumble.
Was it? Because then you got to go to the men.
Man,
Yeah.
dude.
When he was in the men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Dominic Mysterio managed to get a face pop
Yes, he did.
from tagging R-Truth into
Yeah.
the Royal Rumble.
Yeah. Well, I just think that maybe we like him so much because his comedic timing is perfect.
It's
But
pristine.
did anybody would you ever expected Dominic to be the dude?
No.
Because you got Truth on the ropes, tag, and getting the crowd pumped up, and then Dominic goes forward and just makes the tag, and it's just like, this is beautiful. And like, there's some people who said, I don't want comedy in the Royal Rumble.
Oh,
I
come
think
on.
when it's done well,
Yeah,
like
we don't want
this,
bad comedy in the Rumble.
Yes.
Right.
Like that dang Pat McAfee spot.
You want to talk about Pat
cringy.
McAfee,
Can
bro?
we please?
Let's
Yo.
talk Pat McAfee right now, bro.
Yo.
There
So
is
cringy.
nobody in this room that is a bigger Pat McAfee
I
guy.
love Pat. I just
than
hated that spot.
That moment was a spot that could have went to someone else, bro.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. Pat is great. He's great in the ring. We've seen him put on clinics. But
Well,
to not even
clinic.
fight.
Don't give
No.
that to
You
him.
got to give him his NXT.
That-
and you got
the
to
match
give him his
with Adam Cole,
matches.
yeah.
Yeah, you got to give
Okay,
his
yes,
props.
you're right. You're fair.
But for him to get in the Rumble, and mind you, I'm not mad at Pat per se. It's creative that wrote that. He's not.
Yes.
He's not going into business
Yeah.
for himself. But for him to not even fight
Yeah.
anybody and to jump over the top rope is a spot that could have went to another superstar that's there full time that deserved the showcase.
Also,
Yeah.
we don't like cowards, right? Like doing the little silly thing where you're jumping over the rope and then going, "I'm not gonna." Like,
Yeah.
what? How many people have we seen in the Royal Rumble? Santino. We've seen Michael Cole. We've seen people that aren't as that haven't had the same match as Pat McAfee did, and then he's gonna just bow out. It made no
yeah.
sense.
Yeah.
What it should have been is Amos should have just even if it's him,
Crushed
Pat
him.
McAfee, or just
Picked
taken
him up
and
and
played
just
Yeah,
put
him
him
that's
back
funny.
over.
Yeah.
If Amos would have picked him up and put him back over, that would have been perfect.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
just drop him on the outside.
Don't even just place him. Not even
Yeah.
drop him. Place him.
Yeah,
So
that'd be
I wonder
funny.
if it's like an ESPN insurance thing. If they're like, you
No,
can't, no.
they let him take bumps before.
Yeah.
and college football season is over, so he can technically be back. Because
Also, he can
want
break
that.
every bone in his body. He could still do his job. If you broke my arms, I can still do stand up tomorrow.
Yeah, this is true. Just look weird as shit on stage. And
Yeah,
keep fast
it's a
and
double
swing.
sling.
So food's crazy,
Yeah.
huh?
So guys,
Evans,
I had
what
a
did he-
weird week. I was
What, do you
dating,
break his
right?
arm telling jokes and banging chicks? I don't get it.
That is the Jeff Dye special.
How'd he break his arms? That guy doesn't do anything in sports. What? This is weird.
Banging chicks and telling jokes.
Yeah, that don't
Yo,
make sense.
Jeff Dye is the only person that when I hear people talk about you, men or women, they always start off, even if they hate you, they're like, yeah, tall, handsome, straight male comedian. Like, that's props. When
Yeah.
you get compliments.
Well, I've heard
About
Jeff
people
on
that are about
stage a
to
couple
dunk on
times
me.
himself complaining. You know, I'm a handsome dude. Yeah, motherfucker, we know.
Yeah. Well, I picked the only business where it doesn't work for me. You know? Only in comedy is that a bad thing.
Let me ask this quick question because we didn't do this first overall thought.
Yeah.
Overall thoughts of the Premium Live event as a whole, good or bad?
So Royal Rumble's my favorite pay-per-view.
Mm.
Every year it's my favorite.
Ditto.
And I think the reason I like it so much is because it's silly still, right? The idea of like having all these guys in the ring at once. It's like playing with my Hasbros when I was a kid. I've got them all in the ring. You know, you
Yeah.
get to see these matchups you probably will never see before or ever see. You know, you never see Omos and, you know,
Braun
LA
breaker.
Knight or it's just pretty cool, these kind of things. But plus my expectation is low. WrestleMania is the biggest of the year. We all love it, but we all have high hopes. And
Yes.
so you do feel like a little sad afterwards, like, oh, it's all over, and probably wouldn't have had Roman win again for the 70th time. You know? But whatever. So I give it a 8 of 10. I liked it a lot, and but my expectations were low, and I always love it every year. So
CT?
Here's the thing, man. We all watched it together. Very fortunate to be the only podcast in wrestling to call 95% of what happened.
really,
Yes.
Mhm.
no
From the
spoilers. You
people
guys
who
don't
were
read the dirty
interested.
sheets or anything like that.
We're not gonna get into that. Okay, but we will say
You can't call it.
you rat
The
bastard.
shutdown.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna get it up.
Yeah.
The shutdown.
You can't predict what you read in a script. I knew Rocky was gonna win.
Yeah, the dinosaurs really got him in that Jurassic
Jurassic
Park
Park
movie.
movie.
Yeah, it was crazy.
That
Bro.
Jaws about the shark.
First, the women's rumble, we all called Bailey.
Mm-hmm.
We said Bailey, we said Bianca, and Becky. Also, when you called this first. Number 1 and number 2 of the men's rumble being Jay and Jimmy.
The twin. I was like, the twins gonna be 1 and 2.
Amazing. What nobody called, and I mean nobody, and I am a Stardust guy,
Oh yeah.
was Cody winning back-to-back.
Yeah.
Nobody saw it, bro.
I saw a meme on Facebook, on Twitter that said CM Punk held up to Dusty's last wish.
Yep, I sent that to you.
Yeah, that was the one you sent where it said take care of his kid.
Yep.
Because if you read it, it says 10 years ago, Dwayne came in and took his spot.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't want to be a hypocrite. He's been telling everybody, I'm a different dude. I'm not a hypocrite.
Yeah.
Because everybody would have felt if he would have won the Rumble, that takes Cody's spot. And it's like, he gave Cody a spot because no matter what, we've said it every week on here. Punk, since he's come back, is headlining WrestleMania night 1.
Yeah.
He's
It's
still
happening.
going to do it.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
And you don't need the win of the Rumble to face the world heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
And Cody was out the gate, was like, hey, bro, Seth, slide on over. No, this ain't got nothing to do with you, fam. Hey, Roman, you see me?
Oh, that was great. Yeah, putting them in the press box was also a really good idea.
It was amazing.
Because it got it out the way.
Yeah.
You don't have to do this week in, week out.
Yeah.
Who are they gonna
Who you gonna
challenge?
Who's it gonna be?
Is it the NXT champion?
Who's it gonna Man, is it the NXT champion?
Could you imagine Cody Rose, Ilya Dragunov?
Dude, that'd be awesome.
That'd be a great, it'd be a
Yeah,
great
because
match.
we wouldn't see it coming. We'd be like, what?
Just once.
Yeah, well, now I really wonder who's gonna win.
Somebody somewhere, Ilya was like, is that possibility?
Is it?
It's me? It's me?
Somewhere in his home.
It is home.
Who's your let's talk VIPs of Women's Rumble first. Who are
Eve.
some of yours?
Oh.
Maxine Dupree, I'd watch her
Sir,
do
thank you for
anything.
having
I'll beat your ass. It's time for you to leave.
We got to get you up out of
Yeah,
here, bro.
hey, listen,
The
man.
door is right there.
Hey, I'm a red-blooded American man, and that woman, I would drag my nuts through 10 miles of shard glass just to masturbate in her shadow. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So if she's watching, MD. J Diddy calling you out.
Jay. Took the glasses off.
Yeah. Hey, Jackpot's calling. Answer.
Yo.
My nuts through 10 miles of short.
She's so fine, dude.
She
All right,
is a
but
very beautiful
if we're
woman.
talking about just wrestling, though.
Yeah, moments and MVP VIP.
Yeah, I mean, Bailey had a ton of spots that were pretty sweet.
Okay.
You disagree?
Well, I love Bailey,
Yeah.
friend of the show.
Yep.
I like the way he couldn't even say
Yeah.
it. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Because you normally can say
Cakes
friend
for
of the show
days.
just out nowhere. He was like, friend of the show. However,
I'm saying Naomi's
Naomi.
return.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And Naomi had a great showing. She had the record until Bailey won for
Back-to-back
it.
cake spots.
Man.
All right.
Then Jade Cargill.
Oh, heck yeah. I love Jade.
absolute star.
Yeah, she's the best.
Yeah.
Star. And number 3, I have to give it to none other than the legendary in TNA, the TNA champion,
Jordan
Grace.
Jordan Grace.
Jordan Grace came in because there's this working relationship with Just the Rumble.
Yeah.
Just make sure you say it.
Well, no. Triple H said that both Triple H and Jordan Grace did say this won't be the last time you see this. So I think we might see some other stuff down the line.
They said that last year when Mickie James was the Impact Knockout champion when she had the belt, and then the next year
but it was a little bit different.
It was very different.
it was
Yeah.
still was
And
a
she came to the Rumble wearing the title.
So did Mickey.
This was way bigger.
Yeah. They owed Mickey for putting all her stuff in the trash.
I hear
Yeah.
you with that one. I hear all of that, but I think I'm not discrediting the fact that they may do something more when she has this major crossover promotion, especially after the show when she had the Rumble. But the same words were uttered the year prior. That's why I'm saying, like, yeah, you'll see more of this.
Real quick, did you hit the gym today? Because you got your sleeves rolled up.
Hey, brother, listen.
You got your, you know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
brother, I didn't hit
You
nothing.
look
this morning.
jacked, dude.
You got
And I love
your-
that turtle shirt.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. I didn't hit nothing but some a self-tape this morning with Martin Morrow, and I hit the high. No, what I did hit was the highest pitch ever in a closing line for an audition for a self-tape
Okay.
that I never thought I'd ever hit.
It was magnificent.
He
But
tried to
Wow.
hit some Girl Scout cookies before the podcast started. I've never seen a guy get so
Forget
excited.
about this.
I never seen a guy get so excited.
Hey, brother, I ain't got to order them myself.
Like your style.
I think, but yeah, Jordan Grace, she had a great showing, man.
Yeah.
She showed why she is where she is in Impact.
Mhm.
TNA, excuse me. It's gonna be a while to say TNA again.
Yeah.
To see why she is where she is in TNA, and how if she was to come over, there's a lot of possibility for her.
Yes.
The Shazam ring gear was my favorite, bro.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
But bring up these wrestlers as we're talking about.
Can you pull up Jordan Grace?
I want to get a peek at Jordan Grace.
Oh yeah, man.
So they also-
JORDYNNE.
yeah.
I was really
DY.
not paying good attention to the female Rumble. I was watching
Why?
in the back of a showroom
NNE.
Mm.
on an iPhone before I went on.
Grace.
They
Yes.
bring her
It'll
to the
pop up.
stage. Wow. Oh yeah. Oh dude. Dude, she was a star
Yeah.
last night for sure.
I'll also say, because I know her new contract's for about 2 years, but there's so many different matches they set up. Like, Ivy Now's not there yet, but maybe in 2 years, Ivy Now will be better.
That'd
Or
be good.
I'd ship Ivy Now to TNA for a quick, if there's going to be a working relationship, let Ivy Now do some work in TNA to kind of get some stuff under her feet.
Yeah, like a charisma.
But this is the woman wrestler that I've wanted forever. I'm
Oh, yeah.
always yapping about how the women are either just super fat chicks that aren't athletic, or that they're just supermodels. It's always they're just either a model who I'm like, I don't believe she could hurt anybody, or it's like Nia Jax, who's never hit the gym ever. Like she don't work out. She's just a big gal, and neither one of them are strong. So but this is a strong girl. This is like female Ryback here, and this is the one that I've wanted forever. And here we are,
Yeah.
So I like her.
Big Mama Pump.
I know I said a lot of things there.
You said a lot.
You know what? Here's the thing too with Jordan Grace, and therefore a lot of people who are unfamiliar with her. Look, if you go back in Jordan Grace's earlier years,
Mhm.
when she was not as in shape, when she just started bodybuilding, and it just changed. There it
There's
is.
the image right there. The muscle and fitness one.
Yeah, the
Way
muscle
down,
fitness
see
right
that?
there.
Oh yeah, but go to this bottom right where she's
Over.
Right here,
Down.
Yeah.
Go down one. Down one. Right there. Look at this.
Oh my
kidding me?
gosh.
Sheesh.
He would crush you guys.
Wait. Yo.
Just kidding. It's a girl.
Yo,
Dude, shit, see, that's what you want for a wrestler.
Like,
Yeah.
listen, and she is stronger than her husband.
Yeah.
Who's her husband?
Jonathan Gresham. He's like a tiny yoked guy who wears like an octopus mask.
Oh man, you imagine the farts in that house?
Jesus.
Just a lot of whey protein,
Fellas, this is what y'all
pre-workout.
This has been a fun.
It's been a great experience,
It's
bro.
been a great experience.
Oh, I didn't realize she's only 27 though.
Yeah, and she's young.
Yeah.
Man, if we didn't get canceled, who said yes to Jeff? I think that's what it was.
That was me.
Oh, sorry, guys.
That was me.
And
We can put this one behind a paywall or something.
That was me. That's on me.
I'm a loose cannon.
But overall, like her showing was great.
Yeah.
You know,
She crushed
her and Naomi having that moment after just having
Incredible.
this moment in TNA was great to have. Jordan
And it got a pop.
And it got a pop.
Huge pop.
It got a huge because people knew what this was. They were like, oh, they just did this. And I rewatched some of it. And if you listen, Graves actually put her over.
Finally.
He put Jordan Grace over. And we've talked about it on this podcast. Like, he will bury somebody on commentary.
He buries everybody,
in
bro.
a minute. He put Jordan over, and that was an amazing thing to see. Her go ahead.
No, I was gonna ask, what would be your over? We didn't get to you. What's your overall numerical value of this year's Rumble?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I give a Rumble about an 8.
There you go.
I think I give it an 8. I can't be higher than that. I mean, there's some things that personally I wanted to see, but you know, it is what it is.
What'd you want to say? We'll get to that in a second. Go ahead, keep going.
There's returners. I think the Logan Paul Kevin Owens match did what it was supposed to do.
It was great.
It was great. It set up a nice little rematch. The women's Rumble, we called the winner. I just think there could have been a little bit more. I think it was, I hate to say it this way. I know it's a Rumble. I understand how much of a cluster it can be. But early on, it was pretty sloppy. It was a lot of sloppy spots in there. Now, don't get me wrong. It's a cluster, right? Things are going on. But when you're running a spot, you know, I'm going to pull the curtain back. These girls and guys are running over this match repeatedly.
Are we naming names? Because Maxine Dupree botched like 2 things in a row.
She is actually, yes.
Yeah.
Bailey tried to recover the spot with her again.
Yeah.
Like certain things like that, you get it. They're working these spots over and over. And I understand things happen. I will always say that. But like that, the guys, it was sometimes it was like, all right, bro, what y'all finna do? The Santos Escobar Andrade moment was nice.
That was great.
The Andrade moment was nice. I thought we were getting either Chad Gable or Otis.
Wait. We still in the women's Rumble, brother.
The women's Rumble. Okay, cool. Jade Cargill
Woo!
showing up. The moment, the 2 moments, the number one, her, I don't know who she had, and I don't remember who Bianca had, but both of them having 2 women gorilla pressed, staring at each other.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful, because it was like, no, hold these bitches up real quick.
Yeah.
And then to let them go and then still stare at each other like, now what?
Yeah.
But that proves my point. We want feats of strength from the women's division.
Yes.
And also, it's this thing I've been seeing. I don't know if y'all saw it, and you, Jeff, as well. Bianca is doing for Jade what Sasha did for her. She is literally opening, somebody opened the door for me to be a star. Yeah. I'm opening the door for you to be a star. And now all of a sudden, everybody's like, I don't know if she's ready or not, but I think I want this at WrestleMania now.
Definitely want a WrestleMania. Here's the thing about Jade. Here's the thing about Bianca. Bianca has always been a star, but Bianca's always been kind, giving, and warm. And you see that, you hear that from the other wrestlers, and that's so important in this business. You haven't heard, oh, she's this to work with. So to echo your point, I feel like not only can this be a great feud, but this can be the heavyweight battle that we've been wanting to see that's smooth. Bianca is fluid, and it's always just greatly flowing compared to a lot of the botch stuff we've seen.
And they're both strong, and they're both stars.
Yes.
Like, you believe both. Like, both of these people are stars.
20 minutes in a Royal Rumble eclipsed an entire 2-3 years in AEW.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
20 minutes in the Rumble. And everybody was people in my DMs, well, if she was never in AEW, she'd have never been a star anyway.
Oh, she would have been a star.
Let me tell you something. WWE had her, they wanted her from the beginning. And she was like, no. She said no.
Jade could have been at McDonald's and been a star, boy.
No, you're right.
Baby girl, give me that big double quarter pounder.
I did the Jericho cruise, and I know a lot more. I know you've accused me of the opposite, but I know a lot more about WWE than AEW. And so I did the Jericho cruise, which is because I always say AEW stuff to you, and you're going, man, what are you watching? What are you only watching AEW?
You know, but WWE, you got that.
You're loyal. You're like Sting. So here's the thing. So I'm on the cruise ship and I'm seeing all these people. You see the wrestlers even in their day to day. You see them getting breakfast. You see them there with their significant others. Blah blah blah. And I saw Jade Cargill and I was like, I don't know who that is, but that's she shined so brightly. Even just walking around. I was like, that's a star. And she was there with her baseball player husband.
Yeah.
And I just remember thinking whoever that is, I don't even know what she does, how big she is on the roster, but she has that thing they talk about, that it factor.
Yes, man. And she's gorgeous.
She's beautiful. Yeah. But strong and not like a weird strong.
Right.
I want her to pick me
it's
up.
the right kind of strong.
Bro, the way she picked up Nia Jax. No, I want to go past that. So
you want
no,
what?
I'm trying to. Nope. I'm trying to move past it. I swear I'm trying to move past it.
No, I just want her to lift me up, man.
Yeah.
Which way do you want
Shut
her to
up!
pick you up?
Don't you even encourage?
Yeah.
There's a couple. If she did it cradle style or
You want cradle or
Yeah.
you want piggyback? What do you want?
I don't know what I could do with piggyback, but cradle or if I was just upside down, that'd be fun.
Oh, you
Upside down.
interesting.
I've heard about that.
You're a wheelbarrow type of brother, huh? All right. Woo, learn something new every week, boy. Now, KO versus Logan, I felt that he lost and still looked strong.
Yeah, because he didn't lose.
It was a DQ,
Exactly.
yeah.
It's a
What
DQ.
is the feeling on this podcast of Logan Paul? What's your guys' overall feeling?
Hey, bro, for me, as when he was first coming in, I was like, let's not do this. And that WrestleMania match, I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then that match against The Miz, wait a damn minute.
Yeah.
And every match is like, hey, this boy is training, but this boy works his behind off. He can go.
Yeah.
And that's what matters. He can go. But it's got to be to the numbers with him.
What do you mean?
When they, again, pull a curtain back. When you work these things out sometimes. When he works it out. That's all he trains for, is to work out the match. That's why he's an attraction, right?
What do you mean? I don't understand that.
So we all talk about how wrestling's choreographed, right? Everyone knows it. So it's working out a match. Jeff, yes, I'm sorry.
No. Why would you do this?
Took the glasses
Took
off.
the glasses off.
He has a single tear rolling out of his
Yeah.
It's still real to me.
Don't
damn
you
it.
do this.
But Logan works his out. It has to stay the same. It cannot change.
Okay.
He isn't adaptable to where if something goes wrong, he can switch up. He's not. He
He doesn't
can't
have
do
the
that.
wrestling sense.
He doesn't have that.
The experience.
Kevin Owens does.
Of
Everyone
course.
else, if you've been doing it, you can something happens, you can all right, let's pick this up, let's do this, let's get back to it. He's lost.
Yeah.
So, but I think, if he becomes a full-time wrestler, which he may or may not, his contract was what, 3 years?
3 years. But I don't think he needs to be. Him as a special attraction is perfect.
It
It's
continues
perfect.
to work. He could work that for the next 10 years.
Yeah.
I mean, it's perfect. But it's just, I always want to see him be able to have that acumen of, damn, something happened here. We can't do this. I need to be able to pick it up. Now, granted, the person he'll be across the ring from should be able to handle that to get him back on course. That's just my only big thing.
I will say, let's look at the Money in the Bank, or whatever match it was, where him and Ricochet had the kind of mess up. I think that
Was it Rey Mysterio?
No, it was the us. He had both. He had the one where Ray almost died. But you're talking about the Spanish Fly.
The Spanish Fly. But yeah, it was supposed to be on the outside. But he's had great moments of recovering. The Ray spot definitely comes to mind. Yeah. He is good, and I think he is able to adjust when necessary to make sure nobody gets hurt. So
I think he is amazing in that ring, and he's even better on that microphone.
Yeah.
What I love about celebrity attractions is the ones that truly love the business and take it seriously, and you can see the passion in them.
True
and
Love
for
Bad
me,
Bunny?
huh?
True Love Bad Bunny?
I love Bad Bunny.
Bad Bunny
great.
also is another guy who respects the business. He's
Loves
passionate about it,
wrestling, yeah,
loves
he's a fan,
wrestling.
yeah.
So it's that's why I wanted to see Bad Bunny and Logan Paul, but apparently because of offstage reasons that probably won't be happening. But I love Logan Paul, and he's the greatest heel.
Yeah.
Great heel.
I think so. One, he's bigger than every wrestler.
Yeah.
Very rare when a celebrity comes in and he's got the bod and he's got the chops and he looks like an action figure. When he came in, first time he came in, and I don't follow the Paul brothers. I'm a grown man, I know these YouTube kids and stuff, So when I saw him, I wanted to hate it. I wanted to be like the old guy, another celebrity. Oh, bringing in Cyndi Lauper here, So I wanted to not like it, and he won me over so fast.
Yeah.
The look, he seems kind of sweet in a way, like he really is happy to be there. He's getting to live like a dream, we would love that. If they just let us be in wrestling, and he's like, heck yeah. So I really liked that. He's won me over many. I also think it's a lesson to everybody who has a terrible reputation in Hollywood. Go be a wrestler because we love bad guys in wrestling.
Yes.
So like when Logan Paul, if you hate Logan Paul and he comes into wrestling, you're like, yeah, but I'm starting to love that I hate him. You know, it like works perfectly. What was the guy, Lamar Ball, the dad?
LeVar.
They screwed it up, but that could have been perfect.
It could have been huge.
If they were a little bit more, if they took it more serious, that could have been perfect.
It could have been
their
perfect.
Career.
Yeah.
Shouts out to our producer who says best celebrity was it Rodman?
That's
no.
WCW also.
Yeah, but Robin was he and Hogan worked.
In general,
yeah, he and Hogan worked.
I didn't like it. It looked like he didn't understand much.
Yeah, he also wasn't fluid.
No,
it wasn't effortless. It was like, even as a kid, I was like, this is kind of clunky.
Yeah. Can I say though, to Jeff's point, who I want to see wrestle next year as a heel, Jonathan Majors. Bring him in.
Okay.
Bring him into the
Man,
WWE.
we had a good time, bro.
Y'all be blessed. I'm gonna go and get up out of here.
Go, bro. Just let me know how the streets look. I'm gonna be behind you.
Okay, because this
gotta wrap this up here.
Jonathan versus Kofi. That'd be a fun one. Or intergender match. Jonathan Majors versus what?
All right, let me just save the day. I want to save my guy, man. I love this guy.
Yeah.
In a Punjabi prison match. Who's with me, huh?
You guys aren't
He can play gangsters. Only time he can play him again. Oh, Mark.
Wow.
Oh.
Y'all love.
Wait, what's the best celebrity then? Well, because the one thing I will say to piggyback on my bad guy thing,
the cage.
and I'm not referencing the tumultuous issue that's going on right now with Vince McMahon. But when Vince McMahon got canceled one of the first times, he waited a month to come back because he lives in like wrestling world where he's like, yeah, I do bad stuff. I'm Vince, and you're like. In any other business, you would have just disappeared. The guy waited 4 weeks and came back like, yeah, that's what I do. And you're like, no, that's not.
That's a great point. Here's the thing, though. In wrestle world, you can almost do anything.
Yeah.
There have been some horrific events happening on screen that are scripted. However, when the outside world reads about something, they're like, oh my God. And you're like, trust me. We've seen some other things.
But also the first time when all the scandal came out with him, remember when he came back, remember the pop the crowd gave him. That's I think, and that becomes the issue when we talk about Wrestle World. When you hear the no chance in hell, the way it started, that little whirl, and then the crowd just like, because it's out of nowhere.
We can't believe it. We're going, but I thought, exactly, but that works.
It works. And it's just great. But again, when you look at a celebrity coming into WWE or even TNA or AEW, any of these wrestling companies, that celebrity has to do more than just be there for the moment.
Right.
They have to keep bringing. And Logan Paul has become this celebrity that he's on the rock. He has a contract.
Yeah.
So you know he's going to be there.
Yeah.
And when he's there, you're like, all right, who is he working? Okay, I really want to watch this match.
So here's the problem. Go ahead.
So would you say Logan Paul is the best celebrity
one
wrestler?
I can think of?
Yeah.
He's honestly the best one I can think of.
The problem is this. Logan Paul has set a bar now. Logan Paul has now set a bar that if you are now a celebrity, you can't do what he's not doing. Because it's like, yo, we got this celebrity over here who has all of these followers, all of this fame, and he loves this business. Here you are as a celebrity and you're coming in. You're not willing to have 2 or 3 matches or really go train. So it kind of limits the amount of celebrities you can have. And I feel like Logan is what Stephen Amell should have been.
Or what Ronda Rousey should have been.
Oh.
Or what, like, because like they've done these things, and I really had high hopes for Ronda.
Yeah.
Because she claims, I don't know if I believe her, but she does claim that she watched wrestling growing up. And then she got the jacket, if that's even real, and then she stole the music and all this stuff. But like, that's because they said that she was a big wrestling fan growing up, and I hoped that she would be good, but it didn't pan out the way everyone had hoped.
Because they couldn't get, again, you could teach somebody to wrestle. You can't teach charisma.
Yeah.
And
they try to make her a good guy.
And this doesn't work with Ronda.
It worked with the Angle versus Triple H and Stephanie match.
Yes,
that
one
was
did.
great.
Yes, because it was the woman. It was the Ronda Rousey from the crowd that again turned around, comes up, cool, bam. But Ronda Rousey as an active performer, when she went that first time when she shows up at the Rumble and she's just looking at Charlotte and whoever else was in the ring, and then just points and smiles, and you're like, Okay.
Or when she got put through a table the first time, like some kind of contract thing, and then she had to take a bump through a table, and she immediately got up.
Yeah,
And you're like, no, you gotta act like that hurt. You know, you can't just no sell it.
No.
It's about it goes back to the performer that you're in the ring with, right? Because if we go back, each example that you just gave, we're talking about somebody who carried that. The first person, Stephanie McMahon. The second person who carried that triple threat was Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair.
Yes.
And after that, the performers were not able to carry the story. I'll say it that way without putting anybody down.
Yeah, like Tyson could have been. I can only think of like ones that didn't really work out the way I'd hoped.
Yeah.
Like Gronkowski, I thought he'd be a great pro wrestler, and it didn't work out.
Because Mojo was the glue.
Yeah.
I think
love
everybody
Mojo.
thought, now that's who everybody thought Logan Paul was going to be. Rob Gronkowski was going to do what Logan Paul is doing now.
Yeah.
Because you thought that, you were like, oh, this dude going to train.
Right.
This dude going to go small to
And
the
he's
wall.
silly and he's big.
Yeah.
You know,
And
but
he's going to do something amazing.
He also has 5 other brothers.
On the
Yeah.
opposite spectrum of that, I thought Cain Velasquez was gonna like.
oh,
do-
he came
do
and looked
something.
Are you serious?
terrible.
I thought he was gonna do something.
You really believe that?
No. I thought he was gonna do at least something.
Listen, when he came down that ramp
Yeah.
and that chest was shaking,
He
I'm
looked
like,
terrible,
oh,
yeah.
he ain't about to contribute nothing
He
to
had
the
the
cause.
chest of a 5th grader in a giant man's body. It was terrible.
To face Brock Lesnar,
Yeah.
bro.
Yeah.
And the
that's
irony is
not-
he could beat up anybody in wrestling in real life. But
Yeah.
and then he just comes down the ramp and we're all going, ugh.
Yeah.
Well, who's he? Who's that faggot? They're like, that's Kane. That's what
the
everyone's been
biggest
talking about.
By the way, he said, "Who's that fat
Fat
guy?"
guy.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
said, "Who's that fat
Also,
guy?"
not my Kane, I'll tell you that. There's only one Kane in wrestling, and it ain't Velasquez.
It's Cain Taker.
That's it.
That's the one. 'Cause that's his like. Because Undertaker.
Hey Jeff, did you have a good time today, man?
It was pretty
It's
good.
always-
All right, man, my car's here.
Cain Velasquez was what we like to call a waste.
Oh, for sure.
But wait, because
Did they
we
spend a lot of
missing.
money on him, too? Go ahead.
We missing because now we got to get to this men's rumble.
Yeah,
All
bro.
right,
Yeah.
this is men's.
Real quick, just to briefly say the undisputed title match, the WWE Undisputed Universal Championship match, great match.
Yep.
I called AJ eating that pen.
Yeah,
You did.
But
You did.
great match. But now we get to this men's Royal Rumble.
Oh wait, I didn't give my ranking of the
Please
women.
do.
Yes, I just want to say I'd give it a 7.5. I think the issue was it overexposed how. Here's the thing. I think SmackDown's women's roster has a lot of great stars, but is such a smaller proportion, whereas the Raw women's roster has a lot of women, but a lot of them just have no charisma or they're not connecting with the audience. So it was weird seeing so many women come out there and get zero reaction in front of what it was 40
Yeah.
48 yeah. So imagine 48,000 people not giving you anything when your
Right.
music hits.
But here's the reason. It's like SmackDown has always streamlined their stories because they only have an hour and a half in comparison to Raw that has 3 hours. So when you have the SmackDown women's roster, a lot of these stories are a little bit more fleshed out because they got to get to the point. Whereas Raw, you got time to build and, oh, let's see who the crowd reacts to. And you do have a lot of women stars on Raw, but you also have a lot of just
Unknowns,
placeholders and
yeah.
unknowns. Yeah.
Also, how many female Royal Rumbles has there been?
6 now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
since
we're only on the
18.
6th annual Women's
Yeah,
Royal
but the
Rumble.
thing, I don't think you can count the time of the Rumbles. I think I go to Martin's point on that one, Jeff. Like, yo, there were women that came out, and I hate to be like this and I don't want anybody to think I'm speaking negative, but if you rewatch it, Indy Hartwell got nothing.
yeah.
Maxine Dupree got nothing.
Yeah.
There was some.
I was going crazy where I was watching.
Which one was it? Isla Dawn? Which one was it? Isla Dawn or Albert Fire? Which one was it?
I think it was Alba Fire.
Alba Fire came out and everybody was like, "What?" The problem with that is you had other women. I know what you're doing as creative. You're like, we need to put these women out here so y'all can see them and get behind them. But also, you have an Indy Hartwell and a Candice LeRae on Monday nights every week. You have a Maxine Dupree every week. And if that's not helping, so when it comes to this Rumble and 48,000 people are just like, meh.
Yeah.
Here's what was telling too. Jordan Grace got a good pop. Jade Cargill got a good pop. Tiffany Stratton and Roxanne Perez both got really good
And
pop.
I was going to say there are other NXT women you could have. Let me tell you something. Lash Legend coming up. If you'd have had a Lash Legend, Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill moment, I that's what you call break the internet. Because those are 3 powerhouse women, right? even if you brought up Nikita Lyons, if you brought up Maga the Stallion, if you brought her in, it would have been amazing. What?
That,
Hey, man, nobody said anything.
yeah.
Make America Great Again, the Stallion.
Oh,
I know we're trying to move on to the men's rumble, but I do want to say about the and I'm just throwing this out. This might be like I'm not that firm on this position, but listening to the pops of Tropicana Field, is it possible that just people went to that weren't huge wrestling fans? Like there were, but I don't know. I was like really confused by the sound, and it is Florida. Maybe a lot of people were like, "The Rumble's coming here. Let's just go to this thing that's coming." I don't know.
Which one are from the men's were low? Like, yeah, this is another one. Because I don't think Santos Escobar was a high pop. Santos wasn't one. Was like Santos,
Which should have been huge. I loved what he wore.
Yeah.
Santos is great. He's gonna be a big,
Best.
big
that him
heel.
Andrade match at Mania gonna be. Please don't give us that early. That match, if
Yeah.
he goes to Mania, gonna be a beautiful thing.
I know he's not in the LWO, but I almost wore my LWO shirt today.
Man,
I went
want
NWO.
I want to see
Cruz
him.
Del Toro and Joaquin Wilde as well in that match. I think just to make it a 4-way, or I mean, there's different options.
You know what's crazy?
He's
Every
the
time
bad
you
guy.
talk about them, he is literally
The
the bad
bad guy.
Every time you talk about Cruz Del Toro, Joaquin Wilde, they end up getting more TV time, bro. So I hope
You're
y'all
welcome.
thanking us, man, because he is putting y'all on. Men's Rumble, who did not get the pop? I'm trying to think. Oh, I'll tell you who didn't get a pop. Number 30. And that's not because we don't love him. It's just we each had an expectation for people that we wanted to see at number 30. Sami Zayn.
Oh yeah.
Wanted to see Big E.
Hey, bro, number 30 was Sami Zayn, and people were like, oh.
Yeah.
Let me say this. I think he got a decent pop in the arena. We didn't give him a good pop because we had people build up expectations of who's going to come back.
Yes.
I had been saying I don't think Sasha's going to show up.
Right.
But people were like, where's Sasha? I thought Sasha was going to come because they built up. No one ever said Sasha for sure is going to come.
Right.
But we
This is
built,
true.
but we build up those expectations of who will be there. So then when they don't show up,
Yeah.
we disappoint ourselves.
Nobody
just
said
think-
Naomi was going to be there either, and we popped.
Emma?
I said Naomi.
Oh, I
Naomi,
thought you
yeah.
said Emma. I was like,
Naomi,
yeah.
so
no.
that was perfectly played.
It was so
and to make
perfect.
her like what, number 2?
Number
Yeah,
Number
she was
two.
number
Yeah,
2.
that's
I
perfect.
think the thing is too, there's number 30 always holds this. Who is it?
Yeah.
Who is it? Because this is the last one, no matter what. You get to 25, you're like, we only got 5 more. You get to 30, you're like, that's it. So I kind of understand why 30 should be a return, and 30 technically was a return on both Rumbles. The return of Sami Zayn, the return of Liv Morgan.
Ooh, didn't get the pop.
Did not, because everybody was hoping for either a Sasha or an AJ, because that was really, I hate to say it, nobody thought Liv Morgan's gonna be 30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd have loved her at 29.
We're
Yeah.
so spoiled as wrestling fans.
We are. We
But they
got
We have
everything.
so much wrestling,
Yeah.
but like we'll lose our mind if somebody just comes over from a different division or from
Yeah.
a different like wrestling company.
But I did love Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker not
That's
only
good.
had a great showing, but bro, he reminded you he can be a face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When Cody wins this title, it's going to reset the universe, bro.
I was afraid he was going to come out. I'm not trying to be silly. I swear to God. I was super afraid he would come out, and because he was all adrenaline.
Yes.
That first like few minutes, I was going, what the heck? Like he was so jacked up to be
Yeah.
there, and he was doing superhuman feats of strength, like he was on drugs or something. And I was like, oh, dude, don't tear your knee. Like don't like what if he just comes out, the return, he comes out, goes, he's just going crazy, and then he's like, and you're like, oh no. That was really afraid of that because he was playing
gone.
Also,
wrestling
House
out
of
of his
Fire.
boots.
Corey Graves said, and I think no one corrected him. He said it was the debut of Braun Breaker on the roster. It's like,
No, it's not.
Yeah.
Bro was on Raw 2 weeks running,
Yeah.
like he was defending the NXT title. That's how
Yeah.
they put him and Dolph Ziggler against each
Yeah.
other. Like he's been in front of the main roster,
Yeah.
but this was a good showing because he replaced somebody, and which makes you think if every single thing he did. The rumor is Braun replaced Brock Lesnar. Okay,
Yep.
Braun, all the eliminations that Braun had were Brock's. But the biggest surprise, you got to remember, how did Braun get eliminated?
Dominic Mysterio.
Which would have gave Dominic the biggest heel pop ever that next night if he would have eliminated Brock Lesnar. You think about how much he was still your boy, and now you terrified of Brock Lesnar?
That's amazing.
If I understand things.
Why
right?
wasn't Brock there?
I understand things.
Keep going, Jay.
I understand things, but to like that, Dominic eliminated Braun Breaker is like, okay, cool. But if Dominic would have eliminated Brock Lesnar, and now Judgment Day is like, hey, bro, you got to deal with this on your own. Can you see that? And
that would have been a crazy Mania match.
That would have been great.
But I'll also take Braun Breaker versus Dominic.
Yeah, it'll be a great match no matter what, because these are both young, hungry competitors. When I look at that match, what are they going to do with Omos, bro?
I don't know, but I love Omos.
He's a great attraction, but he hasn't won any big matches.
Do you think he's working on it? Like, I mean, like, as far as like, do you think every day he's working on being a wrestler and like trying to figure it out? Because we're talking about sensibilities. Like you saying, he's kind of in the same shoes as a guy. He hasn't wrestled much. So like he don't have any of the sensibilities. Like, is that what they're working on or something?
Well, no, he just signed a new 3-year deal or something like that.
Okay.
And
I love looking at him. He's
Yeah.
a giant, man. He just
Huge.
comes out like a circus freak.
yeah, and I think the plan is to just have him in that special attraction role. Because what was the last match he did, the SummerSlam Battle Royal?
Seth Rollins, I thought.
So Rollins was at Backlash, but at SummerSlam, remember, he was a surprise entrant in that Slim Jim Battle Royal.
Okay.
That LA Knight one. Yeah. So
LA
maybe
Knight.
maybe he's just the Battle Royal guy. He comes in and
As long as he's not the new Big Show, meaning what they did with Big Show.
put him in a diaper.
Yeah, man. Is
No, I don't think he'll be a Big Show. I think they'll special attraction him. Plus, the last thing you want, let's just be honest, you do not want dudes signing anywhere else.
You also don't want to see him week to week. You want to keep the special attraction.
Or write a story where it makes sense. You know, like
but what makes sense?
Braun Strowman's just, going around tipping over semi-trucks and doing these, like, just killing jobbers. And you build up that reputation. You never have to see Braun Strowman against your champ because he's this kind of freak, kind of cool thing. Maybe you could do something like that with him where you could just have these moments where... Because, like, Kane was so over. Undertaker was so over, they rarely had to put the belts on him. You're like, oh, everyone gets to see Undertaker. That's fun. And then you get to watch a championship match with these guys. And you could do that with Omos. You don't got to put no belts on him. Just have him do these really cool things.
Hear me out, okay? Almost at WrestleMania 40 in Philly, Almost versus The Undertaker.
It's definitely Omos. It's number 2. No. Number 3.
Almost, whatever.
2 is just no.
2 is just no. I don't want to see The Undertaker.
Hey, man,
His knees hurt the whole time.
Yeah, you don't want almost to kill Undertaker.
Man,
I kill the dead man.
I'll tell you, dude, he's close.
Listen, all of a sudden, we start getting pictures from Michelle McCool's Instagram account of him, not even his own. Michelle McCool's Instagram, him in his gym just lifting with a singlet on. You like, oh my God, it's happening! And then you be like, oh, he just doing that for a physical. But I believe, like,
Yeah.
This episode is going to be titled Audacity.
the
Audacity.
See, I've been saying, though, I think I would love whenever they call up Obafemi to put them in a team. Just
How tall is he?
Like 6'6"?
I think so. Can we look up Obafemi's height?
You got to
Well,
spell that.
You gotta
out,
spell
bro.
that for him.
I don't even know who this is.
He's a NXT. He's the current NXT North American champion, but
Okay.
he's like a big dude.
He's a really-
OBA. Yeah, right there.
He is.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he.
Well,
6'4",
he ain't 8
25.
foot. I mean, isn't
Yeah.
Hey, but no, he is massive though.
Yeah.
this guy's dark.
That is a very,
Sheesh.
yeah. That's,
Maybe that's bad images or something. What's going on?
I hope
No,
so.
I think that's just
Hey, man. Obafemi?
Obafemi. He's a big guy.
Dude. Where'd he come from?
He's fresh.
Obafemi. I never heard of the guy.
Yeah, he. I think he was just
Former
an NXT
football
guy.
player or something.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
He was collegiate football player, if I'm not mistaken.
Here's the thing. The returns that I wanted that we did not get, I wanted to see Braun.
He's only 25, that guy.
Braun didn't come back. I wanted to see even Sheamus because I want Sheamus to at least be a heel. Sheamus is a great heel. My favorite Sheamus heel run was, I think it was 2016 where he held the WWE championship and he faced Roman.
Oh, when he when he had the Money in the Bank briefcase, and he.
I think so. Yes.
yeah.
And that's when he first braided his beard.
Yeah.
And he had the hawk. I was like,
Oh,
that.
yeah, I
I
like
love that
that. Yeah,
Sheamus.
yeah.
That was a monster. And he had just got out of the League of Nations, and it was like, oh, this is great.
Right before he was shooting Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles too.
That's
a
right.
fact. That's a fact.
Bebop or Rocksteady?
He was Rocksteady.
I get those mixed up.
He was Rocksteady. He was the Warthog, I think. Yeah, because Gary.
No, he was the Rhino.
He was the Rhino. Yes,
That's Rocksteady. Yeah.
Yes, Rocksteady. Yeah, he was the Rhino. And Gary Anthony Williams was Bebop.
What happens now with Cody Rhodes, bro? This win, back to back, first time has been done in 25 years.
Hard times.
Somebody challenges him for his spot. We have not had that happen in a while.
Facts.
Somebody challenges him for his. Maybe Punk challenges him for his spot
At Elimination Chamber?
at Eliminate.
But they would boo. And Punk got booed last night,
He
too.
did.
That's what was crazy.
Well, because they thought he was going to win it.
Which is what happened with Batista, but the boos continue for the next 4 years.
I think it's okay because it's like, now Punk didn't win it.
Right.
Punk didn't win it. So it's like, this was the boos of the Rumble. This isn't just like we booing CM Punk. You like, who you going to cheer for? One of the two.
I don't know, because I feel like their confrontation is going to happen on Raw, which is going to lead to a match at Elimination Chamber. And now Punk has to be the heel and you're facing Cody. But does he get his pop back when he's facing an injured Seth at Mania?
No,
So here's what I'm thinking. I think they do Elimination Chamber to see who faces Seth. And I would put, I'd put Punk, McIntyre, Gunther, and then who are some of the other like last guys in the
Ricochet
match?
for some Ricochet was in there.
Ricochet, Bronson Reed. So that way you build it up to where you want
it to be Punk.
You want Punk to win that match because no one's
So
gonna.
do you make that the chamber?
I'd make that the chamber, the number one contendership.
Okay, so Sami Zayn, Drew McIntyre,
CM Punk, Bronson
Reed,
Ricochet,
and Gunther.
Gunther, absolutely.
Jeez, Gunther.
Ricochet?
You need somebody to do some high flying crazy stuff.
Not even just about high flying crazy stuff. You need a bigger face. Maybe it's Jey Uso. Jey Uso and Gunther then face off in that chamber, which creates their feud to go into Mania.
Don't do that because you're taking away the brother. You keep, you're like a lot of people I keep saying that.
Yeah.
Like, give Jey Uso, I get it. Give him his singles, but let's do it after Mania.
Okay.
Do it after Mania. Let us get this brothers because you don't want to keep stalling that out.
So who takes what happens is Gunther's losing that title at Mania. So who's taking the title off Gunther
Sami
at Mania?
Zayn probably?
No, I
Really?
see Sammy versus Drew in some sort of like hardcore match or whatever.
Okay.
So he's back to the pre-show, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like to
I
me.
don't think they're putting a strap on Sami Zayn at all.
Okay, so it's not Bronson Reed for sure.
I love him though.
He's great.
I'm a big fan.
But he's
Real
a heel.
short.
But he's a heel. Heels aren't taking it off of heels.
Right.
Okay.
Who else is there face-wise? Not Chad Gable. They
killed him.
We
They
killed that
did.
off.
And I really wanted to see him.
Yeah.
Nope. Him versus Logan Paul.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Logan-
All right. You let that go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll admit when I'm just throwing it out there, you know? And that was just me throwing it out there.
Hey, he let that go real quick.
Yo, that is a moment.
Hey, listen, before we get up out of here, man,
That's a moment.
do we have a best comment of the week? Because we've got so many comments on the video. First of all, thank you everybody who's been liking and sharing that Shawn Michaels clip. We appreciate all of y'all, man. It means a lot. So everybody who's been subscribing over to the Instagram page at Before the Bell Pod, thank you for that. Everybody, if you're watching on YouTube right now, tell us your moments from the Rumble. Martin, close us out. This is you, baby boy.
No, we ain't closing. We got another. We got some stuff to say, Jay Washington. First of all, you asked me a question.
Well,
The
I
first
thought we were
question.
close. I thought we were
We still doing it. We still got time.
Okay, that's why I figured we was.
Hey man, just give me a second.
Okay.
Oh.
But yeah.
Yeah. Remember to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that comment button, hit that. Hit all the. If there's a button there,
Share. Yeah,
just
share it too, you know?
Share it. Yes. Hit the share button. Follow all of us.
Yes.
Make sure you check out Jeff's podcast. Come to
I'm
the
sorry,
shows.
what? No.
That was plural.
You know what we're giving? Comment of the week.
Who are we giving?
Comment of the week on the Instagram account comes from 88 Drake 88 that says Jay Washington is a national treasure. You know why that's the comment of the week, Jay?
Why?
Because we spend so much time, rightfully so, destroying you that I wanted to build you up. And 88 Drake 88 built you up as well. Don't leave him hanging.
Yeah, come on, man. We love the
Come on,
sad
man.
guy.
The fact that you're holding his hand is crazy.
I
I was going for the fist bump, but
you
you
gotta
know,
put that in slow motion, man. Like with
y'all's
some sweet
relationship.
music.
It's y'all's relationship.
Also, I brought you guys a gift I want to give to you on air.
Let's see it, man.
So I grew up a Hulkamaniac. You know what I'm saying?
So you got a thing with him saying the
love-
N-word?
No. Hey, no, that's negative. The N-word on this podcast is negative. We don't do that. We don't do that. We don't do that. So here's the thing. I was a big Hulkamaniac as a kid, and then mortified when he was, when he's talking the way he's talking. You kind of forget that he's a redneck from Florida. I like the character Hulk Hogan. The eat your, take your vitamins. Eat your Wheaties, work out, say your pride. I like that guy. I'm a big fan of that guy. And so it's good to see Hogan back. It's good that he apologized, trying to change his ways. And so I wanted to bring this for you guys. You guys could keep it here at the podcast. Hulk Hogan holding Muhammad Ali's hand.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look
Unity.
at this.
Yeah.
Man.
So showing some love, but then also you guys have a Hulk Hogan thing here, And maybe Hulk Hogan owes you an apology the same way you owe us an apology for having crackers written behind you 7 times. You're throwing crackers around real loosely, and so this is for you guys. I hope that it stays here, and you guys can think of me when you see it.
Thank you so much,
Jeff.
Appreciate it, dude. Love you back. This guy, he's not reaching across the table for this, Martin.
Boom.
So, in closing, yes, guys, please follow the TikTok, the Facebook, the YouTube. Continue supporting us. We got to do another song. That video's blowing up. Thank you for everybody watching that video. We're over 200,000, almost 300,000.
Yeah.
Break
Okay.
the walls down.
Yeah. Comment with what theme songs you want us to do. Comment with what characters you want me to dress as. You might have to send me some stuff because I can't do it all. But you comment with what other titles you want to see CT hold. Let us know.
Got a lot of titles.
That Shawn Michaels thing was really funny. I commented on it because when I was a kid, I'm not the man I am now. I was just a little boy.
Yeah.
So I was like super homophobic when I was a kid. So I would get so mad when Shawn Michaels would come out. I didn't think it was cool. I was like, look at this guy dancing around. What is this? Being all like mad at him. I was like, when is Undertaker going to come out here and powerbomb this twink? I was kidding him. I was like, boy, Todd's gone. He's making me feel all these things I don't like. I was so mad about it. Like, somebody come out here, choke slam this leather boy. I don't like it. I had to grow up to learn to like Shawn Michaels. I wasn't into that when I was a kid.
Man, why is my thing heating up when he's coming?
What is this? Show me Sable immediately. Can't be having him dance around.
Down.
I had to
this
fight
is
it.
wrong.
I don't want my dad to be right.
I think I'm cute.
Yeah.
I know I'm sexy.
Yeah.
I got the looks. The drop. The girls. Oh my God. They're really moving. Leave the girls.
No, he's not cute. It's not a boy toy. I'm fighting it.
I'm just the Booker T.
Booker T. I'm not your sucker.
This makes me so
This has been another amazing episode of Before the Bell. Thank you so much for watching. Jeff Dye, thank you for being our
Thanks for
first
having me, guys.
official
Thank you,
guest.
Jeff.
And now we're about to do some bonus content for you guys.